eating rhubarb.
Chickens. I put pellets for them.
Mabel!
Wait till again.
Mabel! Good Tuesday morning. Bit of a windy, overcast, waiting for the rain kind of day. Yesterday I did pick up some of these, so I'm going to put 12 of these in there. But I need to go to the back of the van and get my compost. Right, I rescued these polystyrene trays. I just thought once things go in the shed, that just insulates them a little bit more for the colder days. Right, this is what we found at our local garden centre. That wasn't a bad price. Just thought we'd show you what it looks like. Pretty good to me. I'm not going to get an awful lot out. I'm just going to now fill 12 of those little pots and go from there and stick my shallots in. Right, it is blowy in here, so I put you in the van. One of these plastic containers. I'm going to pop down the plot later and just collect a load more of these for seed sowing, which for me starts around next week. I'll have to start some more koi off. Koi. Somebody pulled me up for saying koi. Who was that? Go on, I do know. I've forgotten. Koi, or coconut stuff. Right, that's enough for now, and that bag's down enough so it won't be spilling all in the back of the van, hopefully. It's blowing a hoolie. 3, 6, 9, 12. And while I was in the garden centre with Trish yesterday, I went through all the packets of the shallots and squeezed each one in the packet while I was there, because I know sometimes you want to get 12 in a packet, but I didn't want to get home and get one that was all mushy, and there were quite a few that to me were not viable. Same with the pink fir potatoes, chitting potatoes, the seed potatoes. I must have gone through about 12 bags. Some of them were tiny, like absolutely minute, so I made sure I got a packet with some decent sized potatoes in. Right, I think that's good. I've now got to push these shallots in there. Which brand did I go for? Yellow Moon. Excellent skin quality, and plant December to May, harvest in August to October. These are an addition to what I said I was going to do. Plant the shallots 1 inch deep and 5 inch apart. Well, I'm just going off what I've seen. Just stick them in. They're quite large actually. Look at the size of that. They are quite big. Should I have watered? I think I should have done. Let me go and do that now. I'm just going to go and give them a bit of a water, the soil. There we go, I'm back. I went up the garden to get the rainwater as opposed to tap water. So let's start again putting these in. Well watered. Watch this, I'll probably end up with more than the 12. I'm not even sure how many shallots I'll get from each shallot. See, that's the good thing about YouTube, the inspiration and the ideas you get to try things that you probably wouldn't normally try. Right, this water's leaking out. I have watered them very well. I'm pushing them in, the liquid's coming out, so make a mess of the van. Do you know what? Exactly 12. Right, pop that in there. That's all 12 of my yellow moon, and I'm going to go straight inside and do a label for that because I don't have one prepared, being that I weren't going to do any. Hello. She's coming. She's wondering who I'm talking to in the back of the shed. Back of the shed, back of the van. What?
Where's the camera?
In there. Go on, stick your head in.
No, not looking like that.
Not looking like this.
They're pretty smart.
They're very good.
Very.
I need to chop them up and write things on them now. Right, we're off inside. Too cold.
I do have the proper saw to cut them.
And she has got the proper saw. Right, this is our little closed off porch. And that's where my shallots are going to stay for the time being. And then that's the room we're going to venture into next. Tricia's filled it up with all her stuff. She'll say it's all mine. Just a little video to just show you what I've just picked up at the side of the road. Needs a bit of a clean. But I thought this would be great for a little seedling rack. We need one for the dining area. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Can't even count. 5 little shelves there. I think it's probably been a shoe rack at some stage. Solid enough. It was free. It's in the back of the van. So as you can see, we've put the posts in, and why Tricia does the measuring, not me. I thought these beds were 16 foot long. Apparently they're 25 feet long. So I haven't bought enough wire, the galvanised wire. I've got enough eyes, so we're going to come back another day once I've ordered some more wire and get those raspberries tamed. Going to get this pasting table and my new shelving thing I found in the greenhouse, and I think we're done. Just nice to get out, going stir crazy indoors. So I'm just going to set up this pasting table in here, get things sorted. I've got to sow spring onions today, so I've got stuff in the van to do that at home. I'm not going to do it down here, and I've still got to wash this greenhouse, but we'll wait for calmer, drier days. Right, I've stuck you in the greenhouse on a little clip. Let's see how that works out. So Tricia's just informed me my beds on plot 1 are actually 75 square feet each. I've been measuring in them at about 45. Switch it to the other side. Oh. Hey, I told you that would happen. Let's see if I can find somewhere this side to put you. You might get a few rear shots, but hey, just flatten some onions, put a window through, and it just fits in here. Push it down, get it a bit straight. How's that looking? Grand. I think I just need to put some of my trays on there. I've got all these different angles. I was just wondering if to put this on here. Yeah, so this is now more flat. The water will distribute evenly over the tray, not just one side, because these onions were a bit dry when I came down, but I've watered them. They're looking all right ish. A few little dead bits there, but hey, I'm going to sow some more. I'll have to check my diary to see when my next sowing date is, but there is the setup for now. I think you all saw I picked up this at the side of the road back end of last week. So yeah, it's been in the back of the van and it almost smells like tobacco or cigar, but hey, so it cannot go in at home, but it can go somewhere in here. So I've just stuck it at the end there for the time being, so it's the right mixture of smells in here. It smells like a pipe tobacco, as long as it doesn't transfer. Next thing, got a couple of these. I just thought these would be good as well to stick on this table to put my seedlings in, to keep them a little bit more insulated. Just a bit of a juggling thing at the minute. Oh, I saw her a little while ago. It's a sea pod. Here.
Drop it. Look.
I will. Come on.
Come here.
Right in the middle of the bed, so you can.
Drop it.
What's that? Daddy sort you out. No chance, look. Ah. Put some carrots up, see if they're not split. Have a look. I didn't thin these out either, just left them.
Oh, geez, yeah, I didn't think you do. I got windows from.
Yeah.
But anyways, that'll be all done.
Makeshift wash station. I'm just going to go and get a watering can and get some water and just give those a rinse. So there we go. Not bad for early February. So we're actually going to use 2 squashes from last year. We have so many, a bit like Kerry, dug on the plot, squashes galore that we've not even attempted to eat. We've got to get on and eat these. So I'm going to make a soup along with today's allotments. I'm going to save these broccoli. Leo loves broccoli. So one of the vegetables, he always asks for more. And I will try some of this kale. You know, the walking stick Portuguese kale I keep saying I'm going to try. Got some in the fridge. I'm going to chop that up and put that in the soup as well. What else was in here? Habanero. All these little broccoli. These are from the Green Magic. Cut off the main head and left with lots of these, and some of the carrots that are still waiting to be washed in the outside sink, the butler sink. So let's go. Check your squashes and pumpkins. I think we've just had to throw about 4 away. I'm just going to do a batch roast. Got 1 tray there. Got another tray here now to fill. Head over here. Got a few more squash here. Just had to clean them because they had a little bit of mould. Just starting on these tops. Can you see? So the quicker we get these cooked, so it's going to be a roasted squash day. Hey, happy Saturday afternoon, 2:20. Been a bit non-stop prepping those carrots I got from the allotment yesterday. I only prepped half to start with to get them in a soup quickly. then I just rinse the others quickly, but I've just sorted them out and topped and tailed. Because we're having a sort out to get our boiler room ready for seedlings, we've had to clear a room out, and we found a few things. We found one of the best trimmers we've got. We found the charger, so we can use that a bit more this year. That was a good bonus. Another bonus is I found my professional camera tripod, sturdy thing, so that won't be falling over, so that's another plus. A negative is we found some of the squashes. Let me show you. Izikuri and some of the other ones. I think these are the same. They're just not as orange. Again, the labelling scenario. So, and we've had to throw quite a few onto the compost because they were starting to rot. The mould starts appearing around the tops there. We even had one in this storage cupboard in the kitchen, and that completely rotted out. So go and check your pumpkins and squashes. Kerry, dog on the plot, check your pumpkins. Squashes. We haven't eaten as many as we thought we would have done. So it was a roast a few, just cut in half. Cooked 3 large uchikuri, a couple of those honey boats, and a couple of some little ones that I had. I think they were like little acorn squashes as well. So they've been roasting. Here's one of the honey boat, just chopped in half, nothing else. Let them cool, and this skin comes right off. I've just watched a Jamie Oliver video where he says you can eat the skin. Still not convinced. I did wash them before I roasted them, just because they've been in the storage room outside. It's frost free and cool, but obviously they weren't stored brilliantly. So we have one big bowl. Do you know what? I don't even know what I'm doing with it. I'm going to have to Google whether I just mash that up and then can freeze it in batches, in bags, in my Ziploc bags. I'll have a look. But better to get it used and do something with it now than them all go to rot and been a complete waste of time growing them all. So before I roast the other 3 we've got in here, and I think Tricia said we've got about 15 to 20 to 25 to 30 in the outside room still. I might do a roasted squash soup. Let me check a recipe for that out and I'll see, because we have a great big mixing bowl here. Right, so these are all the potatoes now. But can you see they've got the white shoots coming quite quickly. These are the ones that were on the top, and they're more purple and little, but the ones that were in the dark a little bit too much, would have gone a bit silly. So I don't know if I showed you, but I'm going to try, just as a trial, some baby potatoes, Waitrose organic baby potatoes. I think I just found them in an egg box again, so why not? And these ones in the blue, they were some saved chitting potatoes from last year's crops, because they started going a bit green. Ali at my rusty garden said to just keep them for seed potatoes, but because I didn't label very well last year, I don't know what they are. The rest are all lovely and labelled. I'm just waiting for my potato now from Steve to do the single seed potato challenge 2024. Let me show you my other sowings yesterday. Right, I planted some Holland blood, long scarlet, purple lilia and ishikura, and so far so good. Done. Next one, sweet pea blue, sweet pea purple. Can't remember the varieties, I'm just going for colour, but they're in the deep root trainer, and I soak them for 2 days, the little seeds, so whether they'll work or not we will see. So clear as we go along. I've got squash coloured tea towels everywhere now. So I'll get them in the wash. Sun's out. I think it is going to rain, so I'm going to have to go outside now and help Tricia clear that room out, get some shelves built, and then get everything back in before the rains actually come. I don't think it's forecast, and let's get this stuff up the compost heap too. Right, if we don't see you today, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Right, a little bit of order. I won't show you too much, it's still a bit of a pigsty, but a lot better than it was. My sweet peas and my onions are up there. All our potatoes are now in here. It's frost free, it's bright. They were getting too spindly in the pantry, and we've still got all these squashes under there, aerated. Tons of pumpkins. Right, this is the boiler room we sorted out yesterday to some degree before the rain came. But I've just come in and noticed that there's direct sunlight on my chitting potatoes, so I've moved them down a shelf so they're now shaded. Squashes are on the bottom row, so that's much better for them. I'm just going to try and move this one last tray here. It's not too much in the sun there. I am going to move it down to the shade, and then I've got those two shelves for my pricking out lettuces and alyssums and a few other things that I'm going to be doing this afternoon. Today is cauliflowers and pricking out, so we're just going to head to the allotment, pick up some of our CD trays and get them back here and crack on with doing that. My sweet peas and my spring onions are still here. I'm going to keep them here a little bit longer. As you can hear, it's the boiler room, so it's frost free, just a nice temperature, not too hot, and the ideal room. But I can already see it's filling up quickly. All the butternut squash, pumpkins. Even though I cooked 4 yesterday, we've got plenty, we've got loads, so we need to get on with eating those now, because we did chuck about 6 or 7 that completely rotted yesterday. So must eat what we grow and not forget about them. Even the celeriac was left in a box in the other little room out here, and we had to throw that away, unfortunately. It had gone a bit mouldy. But in there, my onions, I'm going to leave them in there. The not onions, the shallots, they're in a tray up there, rooting nicely. I know they don't mind it cold. Glorious down here. Tricia and Brenda having a little chit chat. We've just come down, like I said, to get some perlite vermiculite. I'm going to start a worm compost bin, so I'm going to get my white buckets and see if I can find a lid as well. I want to check the temperature of my compost, and then we're heading home. But it is a nice day, but not today for the plot, I'm afraid. Look at that. Glorious. Right, catch you all later. Bye.